Hello and welcome to another episode of Past and Stars. Today we're going to be installing a Celestron um, a motorized focuser on my Celestron 8SE. The starting material for this installation is as follows. These three elements, okay, these three tools are inside the box, or they should be inside the box. You also have these two elements depending on the size of your Celestron. Since I have this C8, I will be using this piece, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later on. These two tools, I will explain when the time comes what their uses are. So without any further ado, let's start the installation. So the first thing we have to do is to remove this piece here, this knob, because it's preventing us from installing pretty much everything. So some people say that it is useful to use this piece of cloth to protect your your element down here, because you don't want to damage anything. But as you can see, I'm not very dexterous, so I will go with the brute strength system, which works a lot better for me. And then we remove the three screws holding that piece to the telescope. Okay, so remove this piece. Now reinstall or place this one. Now you need to have a look to ensure that you'll be able to put the screws in the right place. The reason why I'm putting the smaller portion on this side because that's where it should go on any smaller or larger telescope. I believe this would work for the C6 and also for the C9. The reason for this is that there is an additional piece currently on the C9. I don't own the C9, so I'm not 100% sure. So now we install this portion. It is important to note that when you're placing this component, not to tighten the screws right away, because you don't want to give an angle to that component, because it will make it so that when you install the focuser itself, there will be an angle to it and it will not grasp the focusing rod in a proper manner, which may damage either the system inside your telescope or the motor itself. So once it's installed, just tighten slightly, not too much. Ensure that it doesn't move. But I will, before going any further, I will actually show you what may happen if you tighten one side too much. Okay, so if you have a look now at the component, is that if you tighten one side too much, and we're really going to try and exaggerate this, you see that there's a lot more space here than there is over here. Okay, and that would mean that there would be an angle. You actually see that there is an angle to the rod coming out of this piece. So you have to ensure that when you tighten this, it's not too tight right away. You just ensure that all the screws are in And as soon as you feel some resistance, you stop on each of them. And then you give them all another little action or so. Check that it doesn't move. Doesn't move. Now we go to the next step. Take the focuser. And as you can see right now, if I was to install the focuser as is, this hole is way too large for the rod. Let me try to give you a good angle. There you go. This hole here is way too large for this. So you need this other piece, which is an adapter, to reduce the circumference of this piece here. And that should be inside your kit. And you screw this component in place. Really on to the you install it. Double check this doesn't move. Before placing the focuser on the focusing rod, you need to make sure that this arrowhead falls within the white mark. And you do that by using this tool. Okay, you turn using this tool until it falls within the mark. On the side here, you have one over here and one over here that they are not tight because it will prevent you from inserting the rod inside the focuser. Now, once that is done, you just wiggle it a little bit and then it's going to fall into place. Ensure that it's within that this piece here falls into that hole. So there we go. And then we start screwing this on. And again, we don't tighten them too much. Just ensure that it is fixed before you give the last little turn, so that it, again, it's flat on the piece at the bottom. So now I'm exactly at the right spot, so I can tighten the last two components. And then you need to ensure that you tighten the other two screws, otherwise your focuser might just turn without catching on anything. So you need to screw this in. This piece will tighten the inner part that we added in the previous segment. And then you tighten the last piece on the other side. Okay, double check. This is tight. It's tight. Okay. And now what is left to do is to check if the focuser actually works. And now we will double check to ensure that the focuser actually works. And as you can see, everything appears to be in order. The focuser is responding and working. I hope that you found this video useful. Until next time, I wish you clear skies. If you liked the content of this video, I would appreciate it if you could click on the like and or the subscribed button. This way it will encourage me to create some additional videos regarding astrophotography. If you have suggestions or comments, please leave them below. This will help me create better content for the Ast and Stars channel. You can also show your support by mentioning my name and the name of the channel when you are purchasing astrophotography material.